Welcome back to the Ace of Shade, uncut conversations about life, love, and all that shit in between. This is your host, Shantis.
I'm Keisha.
And I'm Ashley. We back at it again. Back at it again.
Hi.
So the current climate is the Rona's still around. But we done kind of been out and about. We done been let off punishment, quarantine, or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
how life been treating y'all post quarantine?
You know what? Life has been good over here. I have no complaints.
Really?
Yeah.
None.
No.
Okay, Shantis, you.
I mean, I feel like ain't no post quarantine because I still can't do the shit I want to do. I mean, I can technically, but Corona has stopped 2 trips. We're post
I
quarantine, right?
know.
Oh,
I
you
can't
you
go on
can't
this
go to
vacation coming up. No,
No.
they won't let us in.
They won't open the borders.
Oh.
I feel like
You was supposed to be
Keisha
going
said, I'm
to?
sorry.
Yeah. I feel hurt.
Let's talk about how I wasn't invited to this one. Next.
Okay.
That got weird.
So much in their
So
feelings.
anyway, I feel like there is no post for me because I'm still not able to do what I can do. Maybe go to restaurants. That's the only thing I'm doing that I wasn't doing. Other than that, I can't go have fun like I normally was doing because I do everything. I do all kind of activities and I can't do shit still. So I'm still feeling it.
So what's
So
your
next
current
person.
take on like Corona? Because people are like 2020 has been the worst year, and
I mean, I wouldn't say it's been my personal worst year. I
Oh,
think
well.
it's. I mean, I see shit getting real good over here.
me too.
How,
Ain't even gonna lie about that
but
one.
worldly wise, I can see why people feel the way that they feel. This is. I mean, it's a huge. This whole year is just an inconvenience. That's the best way to put it. Like it was shit you did. Nobody saw this. All that vision, 2020 is the year of vision. Nobody envisioned.
But you know what?
Corona saw this.
You know what I think about it? 2020, when we talk about vision, the year of actually being like awoke and just like, awake and just really like, looking at what's been going on. Like, oh shit, shedding light on a lot of shit. Like, for me personally, I can only look at it personally because, I don't know what anybody's doing, but 2020 been all right for me. A bitch ain't had to work. A bitch still got paid. A bitch ain't been sick. A bitch got to focus on her entrepreneur endeavors. Like, when have we ever been able to not work and get paid? Never, never. I mean, there are some.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
or
sorry.
those who are still working.
I'm sorry for you. Sorry for that shit.
Yeah. Nothing stops
But
for
me personally, like, so for people to be like, "Oh my God, this is horrible," like, count your blessings because there's people out there that suffered way worse than you. So, like, come on.
And if you're that person who suffered way worse than everybody, we're lifting you up.
Keep your head up. Definitely keep your head up. But some people got to just, look at the positive in all this. But what I have been, upset about is the police brutality. I kind of feel like being black in America is a fad now. Because, let me tell you, because now they're like,
Keisha, was that funny? Keisha is weak over here.
it is because like companies are like, oh, now we're going to include our black people and we're going to do a better job of diversity.
They doing everything but
what we want.
Exactly.
Like that whole shit about the real
Everything
estate
but what we
shit. Who
want.
gives a fuck about the master bedroom? Bitch, we don't
Master
care.
bedroom. We don't give a shit about that. Y'all do
I
everything
never
but what
put
we're
two and two
asking
together.
for.
Yeah.
We're not asking for none of this bullshit. We want y'all to arrest these motherfucking cops.
That's
and
it.
stop killing us.
That's it.
That's
Shit, that's it.
That's it.
This
Can
could
y'all
have
do
been
that?
over a long time
Can
ago.
y'all do that?
That's it. That's it. That's really
Apparently,
it.
it's harder to do that than to get the other things.
Because a lot of the shit that's taking place would not have
Apparently.
happened if they just did
To
what?
hold people accountable.
Arrest the
Apparently,
cops.
that's hard.
All I had to do is arrest the people. Wouldn't be no burnt down Wendy's in Atlanta.
I mean, it's a fucking Wendy's. Really?
Right. I won't keep any burden on them. It's fucking Wendy's.
You know what? I don't feel sorry for them because they're a franchise. Ask me how many black people own motherfucking Wendy's. Okay? And then we can talk about if you burned the damn Wendy's down. No, because they don't even make it where black people can own franchises for these
You know what
companies.
upsets me? Okay, so
And your
although
homegirls.
I don't really necessarily agree. Oh, let's go and fuck up the city. I don't necessarily really agree with that.
Burn that bitch
But
down.
I'm not saying that people aren't supposed
That's
to
how
do
I
that. You
feel.
can't
Burn it
tell
off.
people how to react. You can't tell people because how they say the time for talking is over. Yeah, like we've been peacefully asking for several
There's
years.
a
Like, what
quote
the
that
fuck?
says, he who does not feel the warmth of the village will eventually burn it down. Okay.
Hello.
So if it's an African proverb, so that's it. They didn't feel love from the village, so they burnt the motherfucking village
Exactly.
down. Okay, so
We felt
And I don't understand,
elders
like
from
in the
the
current
village.
climate that we're in, if somebody, if a police needs to respond to a certain situation, why do they continuously send out white cops to black neighborhoods? Why do they do that?
the black ones ain't no better.
But I think there's a good chance
You
that
know
shit could go
what? A
different.
lot of this has to do with it has to do with how America in general, just people in the world view black people. And I hate to go here, but we've been talking about this earlier in the week, not necessarily us, but it's just like the darker you are, the more of a threat they pose you to be. And it's just kind of it's just like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. There's nothing that we can do that's right. We can't tell you we have carrying a weapon and not touch it. We can't say we can't breathe. We can't put our hands up. We can't sell motherfucking cigarettes.
Right.
We can't go to church. We can't do shit. It's exhausting
Nothing.
to be black in America. Like, there's literally nothing you can do that's gonna keep your ass alive. And
That's
that's
true.
so disheartening because it's kind of like shit. If it's your time, you just better hope a motherfucker record it so you might get justice. That's the only thing.
That's what I don't
And
understand.
that's
How
crazy.
can something be recorded from start to finish, and then it still has to be an investigation, and you still are unclear about what
That gets me every time. It's like, we have it here. What are we
here?
investigating?
What do you? What
This
do you
was
need?
the invitation
the
to the
flight
African
Right. There's no guessing what the fuck happened. You can see and interpret for yourself what's going on in this video. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. And then the people are saying, like, okay, so I'm kind of guilty of this before this year. Before this year, I was just like, well, people were saying there's certain ways you have to act when being approached by the police. I was one of those people that thought, okay, yeah, when you meet a police officer or you get pulled over, you can't come at them on hostile shit,
You
but it
still
doesn't
can't do
matter.
that, but I get what you're
You
saying.
cannot.
Yeah,
but
you still can't do
but
that.
because
Yeah.
now it's like even if they come in peace, it doesn't matter. Like
Nope.
it just. But you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is what I kind of thought about. So, y'all, please don't hate me, world. But unpopular idea or opinion. Okay, so we're upset at the police officers, black and white too, because people are like, fuck police in general. I don't give a fuck what color you are at this point. But like, they're upset at them for the way that they're acting, but this is how they were trained as far as when you think about it, when people get pulled over by the police officer always comes at you aggressively. I ain't never seen a situation.
They were trained to do it against black people and not white.
No, I'm just talking about everybody in general. Like they're like, I think they're misinterpreting the problem. Like they need to go back to the way that they're training their police officers because it doesn't matter what this is. If I call somebody because I got a flat tire, the police is coming out. Give me a registration. Like the fuck, my tire's flat. Like calm the fuck down. I don't think that they've been taught properly how to respond in certain situations. Like they have a one mind frame track. Everybody got a gun. Everybody, they like on edge no matter what the fuck.
But are they doing that to white people?
No.
I'm talking about in general, yes.
No.
And that's the problem.
I get what you're saying.
When
but
you
no.
can go,
No, because I have seen certain. I'm saying when it comes to police brutality, yes, the black people are definitely having the worst. But what I'm saying is the police academy are training them to be more hostile than they need to be. Like the mind frame is like when you call a police, shit has already been escalated. So they coming like, oh, I'm about to come take care of some shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they already hostile for no reason. Like if I'm speeding, why the fuck is you coming at me out the car like I just stole something or I just killed somebody? Like why do you got to be doing that? It's not just black cops. I mean, it's not just white cops. Black cops are doing it too. Like, chill. Like, it's almost like, you know how when you ain't never had shit in life, but then all of a sudden you the manager and you got this whole mindset of, oh, I'm about to run shit. Like, police think that too. And it's just like, calm down. You not even responding to no hostile situation. Like,
yeah, the white supremacist cops.
Yeah,
but
black people. I'm back to that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, like they need to go back and look at how they train the police officers because every interaction that I've ever had with a police officer, no matter what the fuck it's for, they always been hostile, no matter what color they are, black, white, male, female. Like, come on, like really?
I will say this just due to where I work. They're not necessarily trained to be hostile. Okay, we have to. At the end of the day, being a police officer is extremely dangerous.
It is.
We will do that. Their life, they don't get paid enough for what they do. They make like $40,000. they're worth more dead to their family than they are alive. That's really sad because
Okay.
their life insurance on them is probably $100,000. I say that to say their whole objective every day is making sure they make it home. Okay, so if you're always in survival mode,
right, that's what it is.
If you're always in survival mode, then you approach situations differently. That's one. But the other part to this too is you come with your own set of biases. Meaning, if you already think that black people are aggressive and out to kill you, your whole thought process is, I'm going to kill you before you kill me.
That's exactly
not knowing that they were never a threat to you to begin with. Do black people shoot and kill people? Yes. Do white people do? You're damn right. But at the end of the day, how they approach white people because they view them as being non-threatening, Indians, Koreans, Asians, they don't get the same treatment as black people get. And so I can't just say they're trying to be hostile because at this point they're only being hostile to one set of group of people. Exactly. Black people are only people who are not fucking making it home. Like, we're not making it home. So the thing is it's difficult being a police officer, but you gotta check people's biases at the door. Just say you're afraid of black people.
Right.
Let's just be honest about it.
And then maybe you shouldn't be a police officer. But yeah, just that's what it is. That's exactly.
We all come with our set of biases. You just gotta learn to either if you can't work through them, then this may not be the field for you. Then if you are afraid of black people, you probably should patrol in black neighborhoods. Okay. You should probably drive your ass to Peachtree.
So exactly. It's well known that we have those white racist cops that have been brutally harming our brothers and our sisters. But are we giving a pass also to the black cops to act like assholes?
I know, and this is why I think cops get mad.
They might be acting like assholes. They're not killing.
Right, I get that. But I'm saying, but that's a no. My thing is,
that's what this is about.
Right, that's what this whole. But I'm just saying on another, like, people were saying that people are dying by police, right? And then they were saying that
at an alarming rate.
At an alarming rate. But then they're saying like how I think something about how women are being treated, and they're like, okay, we can't tackle on these things all at once. That's what I'm saying. Why can't we address everything? Why can't we just put everything?
Because you'll never get anything accomplished. It's like, how do you eat an elephant? You take one bite at a time. We got to figure out, as black people, that's our issue. That's nobody else's. What is a high priority at the moment?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying black women ain't dying because Breonna Taylor died. They busted her damn house.
Well, exactly. to me, she's on the same scope as George Floyd and all them. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying she wasn't out and about.
Right.
She wasn't a Sandra Bland.
Exactly.
Okay, like she went out and about for a traffic
but
stop.
She was still she still got
killed. So what is a priority at the moment will be the alarming rate that black men are dying.
Black people in general are dying.
Yeah, for nothing. For nothing. For simple shit that I bought a carton of cigarettes and I sell one individual fucking cigarette.
But if we also address
who is not doing it.
But if we also like the brothers and sisters that we have that are police cops. Sound like my damn mama. Then we
likes to call police cops.
You know, just make me okay, whatever, that's off topic. Anyway, so the brothers and sisters that we have of the force, like, they can help some kind of way by like not ignoring the fact that their officer that's white is biased, because they know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know. But then there are some that just kind of like look the other way.
That's the part that upsets me, because you can't be silent. Like, it's getting to a point where you're gonna have to choose.
And we don't, just a disclaimer, like, we don't necessarily know this shit to be true. We just talking about the things that we've seen and the things that we're kind of interpreting, like, okay, I kind of feel like shit for this number to be going on. People got to be looking up.
I mean, I work with police officers, so I'm saying it's like when I have conversations with them, they act like they're oblivious to what's going on because people say fuck the cops. But my thing is, we don't have time to say fuck all the cops, but except for you because you're a good cop. No, man, you're thrown in the group too.
Exactly.
Until you start standing up for what's right, it's still fuck you, even if you don't kill somebody.
Right.
I'm not saying that cops can't use excessive force when it's needed. I've seen when it's been needed. But my thing is, you can't go around fucking killing black people and then white people who walk into a church and kill 12 people who were praying, and he get hauled off and taken to Burger King. Somebody gave up their fucking bulletproof vest to put this man in. He just
Burger King.
That's my point. And black people are not making it home. sit up here as a police officer and tell me that you don't understand why everybody's so fucking mad. We don't have time to put a disclaimer in. If you're a good cop, be a good cop and tell when bad cops are doing wrong.
Exactly.
That's it. That's all we're asking for.
Can you speak out? Can you speak on
We
it?
need
Okay,
cops.
but just as devil's advocate, so you have those cops. Let's just go ahead and put a color on it. You have those black cops that are saying, "Oh no, this ain't right. Fuck you. This is what's going on," but they are still being lumped into fuck the police. So how do we address that?
That's not our issue to address. That's theirs. That's theirs. When the people were out protesting and the good cops protested with them and took a knee.
Oh, so they need to voice.
Yes.
Like, hey,
when
exactly.
they displayed that they were good cops.
Okay.
The protesters respected them and they all gathered together. It didn't matter what color cops.
So how do you feel about slutty vegans saying that they wouldn't be serving cops at this time?
So why? I wouldn't either.
So, but if I'm a black cop that was called out to be on the front line because of the protesters, and I say no, I stand with y'all, you know, and then everybody gathers around me. So if I'm one of those cops and I want to eat as slutty vegan, should I go and say, hey, I'm one of the good cops, or I just can't eat as slutty vegan?
No, you can eat there. You just got to pay for your food.
You got to pay for your food.
But they was always
black people are dying. I don't give a fuck about burgers. Like they're fine. Like you're fine. Again, is a life.
Yeah.
And we're talking about a burger. It's fine.
But I mean,
so I'm not really just talking about it.
No, but I'm saying, okay.
Again,
for the family of Rashard, she paid for the funeral. She paid for the funeral. She brought the family a car. And then she paid for their college tuition for the kids to go to Clark if they decide to go.
Yes.
So my thing is, I'm not gonna be rewarding you for killing somebody I done just spent money on.
Exactly.
Family. Like if that's what her heart led her to give to those people, then what does she look like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you food for free"?
No, I wasn't talking about for free. I was under the assumption they couldn't eat their period.
No, she didn't say that. She just said she would no longer be giving them free meals.
Right.
Oh, she said they would no longer be serviced.
No, they can be serviced. They just
that's what I thought.
Free.
I wasn't talking about free. I just thought they couldn't come
at
all.
It was just for free, and people got mad. And what makes it so bad? Okay, this is how tacky that is. Because what made it so bad is a white woman took it upon herself to go onto Yelp or wherever.
Oh yeah,
those white women
start saying bad things about her business. She gave 5 stars all the time and had nothing but thousands and thousands of great reviews. And she sparked the movement. And then got other white people to say that. But my thing is this: that's why I said it gets to a point where you have to choose a side, whether you're a black cop or just a black person. At the end of the day, you got to choose your people. Like, you should want to choose your people. As a black cop, you should say, you don't have to give me food for free. I come and pay for this bitch.
Exactly.
Okay. I thought it was just... So, so I'm asking all these questions as devil advocates because I know some police people that they're feeling this way and they probably don't want to ask it. But, like, so... If you're I had somebody say to me recently that's on the police force, female, black. She was just like, you know, they have expectations of me sometimes, and I'm on the job. Like when you say choose a side, are they supposed to quit their job?
If sometimes it gets to that point.
So how are they supposed to feed their family?
That may not be the career for them. That's all I'm saying. No, seriously.
It's not like they can be a cop or nothing.
Yeah, like I'm just when you think about, and I go back to what I said when I said they don't really make any money. It's not even about the money, but I'm just saying it's so much politicking in the police department that it's literally not worth the amount of money that they get paid. This is why they're so damn angry. Like, it's just like, why you don't like cops? It's like, damn, calm down. You know you ain't gotta do this shit for real, for real. Like, you can go somewhere else and do something else. You don't have to police here in this county. You can go police in another county.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Or hell, you know what makes this shit even better? If black people just start creating their fucking own shit. Own police force, own towns, own businesses. I know that sounds real far-fetched.
No, it's been done before.
But it has been done several times before. And it's like, I'm tired of asking for permission from white people to be accepted. Fuck them. Like,
so let me ask you, so how do you feel about someone says, like, for instance, so with everything going on here, and I go to work and I'm like, I really don't fuck with white people like that. Does that make me racist?
Why? Well, it depends on why you don't fuck with them like that.
Right.
Because of the killings with the cops, because of the Karens, like everything that's going on with the white people in the world, kind of makes me like, I'm good on white people. Does that make me racist?
No.
Okay.
Can the press really be racist?
That's what I'm getting at, because somebody was
exactly.
like, so that's my thing. Someone said that
That's what I'm
like you
saying.
can't, because there are some people like, oh no, you racist, because I'm like, nah, I just kind of really don't rock with them like that. They're like, you're not racist because the reason you don't care for them is not because of the color of their skin, it's because their actions and what they're doing. So I was like, okay, that's because for the longest, my husband always called me racist. He like, you racist, your mama racist, because it's not that I don't like white people. It's just that sometimes I feel like, nah, I'm kind of good on you. Like I just so much that, like when I watched what's that show? What's that movie with
Just Mercy?
Just Mercy.
Girl, bye. I'm sorry. I agree with you.
I don't know why the fuck I watched that knowing I gotta go to work. It's not that bad though. It's not that bad. What? No. I'm saying it's not that bad.
I don't want to see it.
Rosewood was worse. I
ain't seen Rosewood.
Yeah, but it kind of make you be like, damn, that's fucked up. Like
it was a reminder. We had to watch Just Mercy for class for one of my social work classes. And I kind of don't watch movies like that because I already know how I'm gonna feel.
Purpose.
But my professor made us watch it and write a paper on it, and I was so angry that I had to do that. But I went in, and it was just like, and you thinking this shit is like 1940.
The man just retired.
Shit was 1998.
And then that same police chief just retired in 2019.
Yes, and you're like, this shit is here. It's now. Did you let somebody who was a racist be the sheriff of a fucking town for 40 years, illegally locking black people up, black men up, and incarcerate, mass incarceration, putting their ass on death row? Death row, my nigga. Not even just in jail. Just
so he killing them all.
Just letting
and it's just like
public lynching.
And that's what I said. It's not a matter of being racist. I just think we just are to the point where we're indifferent. Like, what have white people done to benefit us? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, and then it kind of gets personal to you. So it's like you got the white people that are publicly like,
because really racism is every day. I go to work, it's every day.
And then you're like, well, I'm at work, and then you look at your management team and don't know,
and they're predominantly white.
Yeah,
right. And the thing about it is, and I say this all the time, is that you get mad, but as a black person, you get mad. But honestly, it's phenomenal how they do the shit. They look out for their own.
They do. They can like hate that other person good, but they'll stick. Me and Shantis go somewhere, I'm saying, fuck you, Shantis. I'm telling on her and shit. You know, it's like
they take care and they take care of their own for their own. And I think
we can't band together. Phenomenal. We can't even not sell. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not going there.
It's just
I don't know where action's going.
There was several.
Okay.
Go there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
You sure you don't want to go?
You can go there, actually.
Take it there.
I'm okay with you going there for the first time.
I'm saying, like, okay, we can't. It's very rare that us as a black community can rally together on one accord. Mm-hmm. So, like, how I was asking all those questions in the beginning, like, well, what about this? And Shanta's like, the point is, people are dying. It's like, there are people that want to talk about this, they want to talk about that. Like he should say, it's only one way to eat the elephant, one bite at a time. We can't even get together and say, okay, black people are dying by the police. Let's focus on this. Once we settle that, we can do here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Juneteenth. Okay. It doesn't matter. There's some people that still don't understand what that day is. But for some of us that we knew it was around, we just, when you know better, you do better. Right. No, I did not celebrate Juneteenth no other year but this year. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have celebrated the 4th of July every year, but not this year because we're trying to make a point. We're trying to make a stand. Don't criticize people that are just now celebrating Juneteenth or just now doing this or just now, making a point to say enough is enough. It doesn't matter. They're trying to do it now. Don't criticize us. Please. Okay, when somebody was like, oh, I just want to shoot some firecrackers because they normally do it on the 4th of July. Sis, still celebrating.
It's still celebrating. Can we not do the firecrackers?
Somebody said, oh, we cooking out but you're still doing on the 4th. So my thing is, if I have a cookout on the 4th of July, okay, I'm having this cookout because my homegirl just got in town and I want to hang out with her with my friends. The world doesn't know that when I post my pictures because the world is saying I'm celebrating the 4th of July. It doesn't matter. There's still celebration going on. A party, a get together, a barbecue, fireworks. It's still celebration. Come on. My friend told me she was gonna change my name to Kunta.
Oh, my damn.
Because
I said black.
I mean, we can't be upset at the people who choose to still celebrate the 4th. You know what I realized too, and this is why I don't take it personal, because I don't really think black people really be celebrating these holidays for what they were. We celebrate Cinco de Mayo, and ain't none of us fucking Mexican. So at the end of the day,
and let me tell you, Mexicans don't really celebrate.
I just think black people
or St. Patrick's Day either. They
no,
celebrate that shit.
We're not Irish, but I just feel
we just want to drink.
The Irish don't do that shit.
Again. Black people we didn't have very much to celebrate. Mm-hmm. So we just go wherever there's food and gathering. That's what we
drink
do. And alcohol. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. I can't do it on the 3rd.
I mean, if you think about all the holidays there are, none of them are great. Thanksgiving is not great.
Let me ask you something. Why don't we have an Obama Day? Why haven't they made that a holiday? Like, he was the first black president. Like,
come you lucky.
You think
America got a day?
You think America's gonna make that a holiday?
No.
We got Martin Luther King Day. Yeah. We need a Malcolm X Day.
They're not gonna do Malcolm. Yeah.
Or about
Yeah. We'll just take the days we can get. That's why we celebrate everybody else.
You know what? Okay, so
because we don't have nothing else.
What I've learned that a lot of local communities are doing, they are stuck because like they're trying to tear down all these statues. Get rid of the Confederate flag.
I don't even care about any of that. Personally,
but the black people, like in their communities, they're like, well, shit. While we out, my thing is, okay, so I consider these small victories. You know what I'm saying? So while people are on this black people fad type situation, let's go ahead and knock these little win-wins out first. So locally, they're like trying to change names of street, like Lee Street, or one of those other people, change parks and things like that. That's cool. I mean, I'm glad the communities are rallying. Wait, why are we struggling with that word? Rallying. That shit got the best of us. Rallying together.
Wow.
Took us out and we sober.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're doing that, in small communities. But just think, if those small people can get together and make that happen, what we could do if we all got on one accord. And you know what else is making me mad? People are like, that whole time we had that blackout for social media, like, what you blacking out for? It ain't bringing about no attention. Yes, because you weren't supposed to be just blacking out. You were supposed to be keeping the conversation going only about the issue at hand. Like, what the fuck? People be going extreme with this shit.
This is why you have to protect your energy.
Because a sister be pissed.
It's too much. Yeah, that's like,
it got
this me off. It's a lot, though.
It became emotionally and mentally exhausting.
Yes,
because it's like, oh, do this, let's just do that. And I'm like, you know what? We ain't really got no fucking leaders. So at this point, you need to do what feels good to your soul. Okay? I don't have a problem if you burn down the Wendy's or the Target.
I don't either.
If that feels good to you.
Because you're right. Because what they
do
were
y'all
saying,
think
somebody made, damn, I wish I knew what I was talking about. Like something happened in the white community or something, and then they decided to destroy some shit, and then
they destroy a lot of shit.
And then it brought about change. When have you ever peacefully asked for something and it came about?
You can't even ask your man for peacefully shit. And he gives shit to you.
Well, he ain't gonna burn you up, but that shit. He ain't gonna burn you up. He not about to do no shit.
About to light all that shit on fire.
Hopefully, he not about to do no shit.
I'm just saying,
like that.
at this point, I'm cool if you want a peaceful protest. That's you. I'm not a protesting type of person. You won't catch me out there. I'll work in another way. I might feed the protesters.
That's what. Wait, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I hate those people that criticize those who are not doing what they feel like. As long as they're doing something to contribute to the cause.
That's the problem. We should all operate in our gift. Yes. Some people are if you are a social media influencer, that was your opportunity to use your baseline, your social media platform as the thing to talk about and reach millions of people. That was your gift to the world.
Exactly.
You never had to step out.
But you know what they did? But you know what they did? The influencers. Oh, I'm going to do my makeup with all black-owned products. What the fuck they got to do with the police?
Well, that wasn't the day for that.
I'm talking about when you talk about use your platform.
No, I'm saying use that.
That's what they doing. They use it. Yeah. I did my makeup today using black-owned products.
Well, I
mean, the fuck.
I mean,
come on, no, I don't care.
I'm just saying you got.
Does that bring you close to? Does that bring us any closer to arresting the police officers?
I feel multiple ways about that, but we'll come back to that. But I'm just saying, working your gift. Is all I'm saying. I'm not a protester. I won't be beneficial to you all out there. If
You
it
all?
gets too
You
fucking
all.
hot, I'm gonna walk off.
She said,
If
I
I
will
get
not be
hungry,
beneficial.
I got plantar fasciitis, my feet hurt. I can't do that. But
know
if you
that
need
is.
me to come feed you as a protester, if you need me to organize some shit, call a meeting, gather some people, that's me. Print some stuff out, make you a sign. I can do that. Use the little platform that I do have, social media wise, educate black people on the steps for him. Because my thing is, we're protesting and people are stating problems, but no one's stating solutions.
Correct.
Exactly.
So I'm a solution-based person. I don't care if we talk about the problem, but what is the solution once we get done marching for 2 hours?
We've done all this.
What are we going back home to? Is the type of person that I am. So at that point, what is the end result here? What do we want? We want police officers locked up. Great. How are we gonna go about doing that outside of marching? What does that look like for us? How do we change laws? How do we change Congress?
That's not true, because when most of the protesters are protesting and then they like block off the interstate and stuff
that does something. When they did that, I was like, oh, these people mad, but y'all see this now.
Yeah.
They're doing this because they want justice, right?
Yeah.
Do something. That does something.
But you need people.
Sure.
I don't get me wrong. You need people to do that. You need people to
That's why them
upset
riots
society and piss people
when
off.
people
or even when you have a large, but I don't want anybody to feel like a peaceful protest of 20 people walking with Black Lives Matter signs means nothing, because it does not mean nothing. Thank you. We appreciate that. Continue your fight.
Right, because
but
the Amish was protesting.
Yes,
it meant something.
The
all these other
countries,
when the
other countries, all that meant something.
Oh, listen really quickly. So,
like, oh my God, this is the real issue. Like everybody,
right? It's bringing awareness. But I
Right.
saw something on social media. It was like maybe I saw this. It was like a picture of Black girls from Brazil, and they were like, people are. That's why I said being Black is sad. They are now identifying themselves as Black, because before they was, oh, I'm Brazilian, bitch, you Black.
She's a Black Brazilian.
You're Black. And they weren't doing it. A lot of these people that were in other countries were not identifying themselves as Black. But like, when did it become cool to be like a fad? That's why it's cool to be Black.
It's always been cool to be Black.
Of course.
So what to take from Black culture?
To take from Black culture, they love
Black.
It's
never been cool to necessarily be
Black.
Like
exactly.
I even thought about it. I was like, damn, they getting their lips big. Black people have big lips.
Oh, they've been doing that for years.
I just
to our hairstyles, to
like
everything,
big
our
butts.
asses, everything.
Hips.
They love everything Black.
It's
but
cool
nobody
to be
wants
Black
to
until you die.
be Black. Exactly.
Because you're Black.
They don't want to actually be Black.
It's a fad. It's not. This is we cannot rub off our Black skin. So some people are like, oh well, what is it? Something is the best flattery, imagery, whatever the fuck that shit say.
I know what you're talking
Thank you. Okay, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. But sometimes it's a little bit insulting, because it's like you want to be Black when it's cool, but what about when shit get real? Like, I can't not be Black today. There's not a day I can ever be. I can change my name to Karen. I can dye my hair blonde or red. I can be a brunette. I can be as thin as a pig. What's that shit called? Toothpick. Yes. But a bitch will still be Black. Like, I can never take any days off. So sometimes it's offensive. You take what's cool and popular about our culture, and then leave us.
That's our fault.
It is.
That's our fault. We are so giving as Black people. We are very accepting.
We are.
We fight
invite them to the barbecue.
Yeah. You're invited to the cookout.
Oh,
because they date a Black person. You got they golden ticket into the cookout. No, not at all. But my thing is, we fight for other cultures. We was out there fighting for the damn Indians when they was over there trying to put oil on their reservation. I said, the fuck it. I mean, the Indians, right? The Native Americans. Like, we just fighting protests for Native Americans. I'm just asking, up until this point, when have the Native Americans fought free ever? That's all I'm asking. I'm not, and then I'm like, people like, there are kids in cages. I hate that, but there were Black people in cages. There were Black people. I can't. It's hard for me. This is my thing. It's hard for me to fight for somebody else's culture when mine has been denied so much. So my thing is, we have to, as Black people, that's us. We give our culture away for free and let other people monetize off of it. We let anybody into the culture and just do whatever the fuck we want to do with it and pimp our asses out. And then we just, and then we want it back when we want it back. We should never gave the shit away.
Ever.
We have nothing solid about us. Nothing. And when we do the shit, it's ghetto. We rock braids and cornrows and dashikis or whatever we do. Wear afros and shit is called ghetto. And then let one of the Kardashians take it and now it's considered art.
Don't get me started.
And we let them do that shit. Like we let them do it and we praise them. Why y'all hate
I have a confession. And these two got on to me for this. I bought some cheddar products.
Just bought them.
Just bought them. After
it wasn't something she bought a while ago. She just used them. She just bought them, y'all.
I was watching this black YouTuber. She was black. She was black. And her skin looks so flawless. And this wasn't a sponsor thing because, you know, she just happened to buy it. And I said, well, shit. Let me try this shit out. You know what I'm saying? You know, my skincare.
I mean, the reality of this is we're not going to always use black products.
But I did go to Fenty first, and Riri didn't have nothing. She didn't have shit for skincare. Riri didn't have nothing.
Riri's not the only one, which Keisha pointed out earlier.
But that's another thing.
Realistically, we're probably not going to all use.
There's not enough of that.
But it is good every time.
That's why when people tell you, follow. Do what's best for you. Do y'all research. When people tell y'all to boycott this shit, and then let's boycott Gucci. We don't even fucking wear Gucci. But if you do wear Gucci,
right.
That's why I'm like, really? She not boycotting this shit. Y'all boycotting
What Gucci money?
But if somebody tells you to boycott something, make sure there's a replacement for the shit they told you to boycott. Because some stuff we really don't, as black people, don't have a replacement for.
There's a replacement for everything.
No,
except for Georgia Power.
And then somebody tell you,
I was thinking, shit, we ain't got no black power company.
No, somebody tell you to boycott the white grocery stores. You may not have a fucking black grocery store in your neighborhood. So don't go over there being hungry.
Let me give y'all a tip.
Don't go being hungry.
There are black owned farms.
Yes, but if you don't live in that area,
you don't have to live there. Will ship. Currently, me and my household, we do have a black farm.
I eat more shit than what's on the farm.
No, like the animals and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's not just like fruits and vegetables. It's a whole farm, like animals and meat and shit like that. Don't worry, we're gonna hook y'all up. We're gonna get y'all some information.
I'm still eating more than what's just at that farm.
What you mean?
She eat Oreos, so you got a black on Oreo.
Oh, okay. Well,
right. Other things other than meat and produce.
Black on tampon companies and pad companies and.
You said go be hungry, so I was just trying to. Because a lot of people don't know that you do have other options black owned when it comes to food as well. Like
sometimes that may not be in your area. That's the realization. There are dry food spots, and you may be in one of them.
And you can get a shit.
She keep backing up every time you say that. She think it's deep. You can do that.
Wait. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a couple of things that we're not doing this year, right? So we're not celebrating the 4th, okay? That's not what we're doing. And we're not using the word picnic anymore.
But we don't go on them no way.
But somebody posted a picture and said, would you go on a picnic? I ain't picnicking nowhere. Because the picnicking is pick a nigga. When you go and the white people had their food in their baskets and they was hanging niggas, we not picnicking. No. Let me tell you, I had a family reunion picking.
Y'all trying to hold it together, but Keisha's face is not listening.
We not picnicking. We're going to a cookout. What else we ain't saying? That's all y'all know? Oh.
I mean, but what's the alternative to picnic?
Cookout.
But it's not cooking out.
Yes, it is. We're going to a cookout.
If you bring your food there, we're not cooking it out.
You might not be cooking out. You might
lay
on the grass with your basket.
Yeah. Oh well, we said cookout because we had grills and stuff.
Yeah, well then that's a cookout. But
that's a cookout. Now picnic is when you
bring your stuff
in a basket or wherever.
We don't matter because black people ain't even picnicking. So
because we was the niggas being picked. That's why we ain't. So we're not going on picnics. We're going to bring your food to the park. That's what we're doing.
Just stay your ass at home.
Because it's Corona anyway, so where the fuck you going? Mask up.
I'm just saying. We just need...
I'm not doing this. I am not doing this.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Anyways, but we ain't picnicking though, for real.
Get with your friends. Talk about just generational wealth. Start there. You want to start somewhere, start with your own people. You start with your close friends and family. And then better do
unless they bombs and
if I want to
start Ashley, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. Start with your friends and family. Start with your friends and family and build generational wealth. And you all get together and you buy the block. You don't have to wait for entertainers to buy the block.
You know what? That's interesting because that's one of my husband's lifelong dreams is to buy or is to have a community for us. And yes, I must admit, I look at him like the fuck, but it's really a good idea. And
it's a great idea.
And if we get enough people to, come together, then that could be a real possibility for us.
Yes, get into business, get into real estate.
So it's like Keisha said, we got to think about the alternatives.
Start there.
Yeah, when we start boycotting this shit, it make you be like, well, damn, why don't we have enough of this of our own? Like, we depend so much.
Right, when you said it's not enough black owned, stuff.
Yes, it's not.
Why people tell you to boycott and everybody do what you normally do.
Yes, and people, I'm going to boycott. I'm like, I ain't boycott till I find some black alternative to this boycott. That's just, I'm being real with you.
I just want to say it out loud.
Because we got to stop being stupid. Like, stop letting people manipulate you. Like, think some things through for yourself.
I can't agree. Like, so we don't. That's along with this whole fad thing. Like, just because the culture is doing this, if you don't understand why you're doing it, the fuck you doing?
And you gotta
you gotta have your own understanding.
You gotta do what's best for you. You gotta know your limits and your strengths. Like I said, you won't catch me protesting, but I am not.
Because she has what is it called?
I have plantar fasciitis and my feet hurt, and I'm not gonna be walking around the city of Atlanta like that. But I will be there with you doing other things. Okay?
Yeah, because I cannot wear flat shoes. I cannot wear flat.
Plantar fasciitis is a real thing. Okay,
it hurts. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm trying to walk tomorrow.
Okay, so Keisha's not processing.
No, but I will be there in other ways. Like I am looking into, just trying to better my family and my friends, and
me too. I'm on that kick too.
Things. I want to have things for my kids. I don't want my kids to struggle. We got time.
Oh,
yeah, we got time.
Okay, Keisha.
What I have noticed is that Black people are content with allowing their kids to struggle. Like it's like
get into this conversation.
Oh my god!
It's like they get a high off of watching you struggle because they had to do that shit.
Well, I had to do it myself.
I paid for school.
You about to pay for this. You about to pay for this.
I had my own apartment.
Oh, you got a job at 16. You about to pay this. You about to pay this, and you out the house at 18. You doing this?
You paying for your own apartment? I ain't first.
It's almost like a couple. Like, hello, let me see.
Or they want you
there sooner than I
was. Or they want you to settle for shit just because I'm in the process of trying to buy a house. My dad, you better get what you can get. I'm not about to get what the fuck I can get. I'm gonna get what I want.
Right?
How about that? How about that? Huh?
But no, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's a good point. So I asked my parents. I was just being funny because I saw the meme about the girl. There's a black lady talking about how her real estate investor and agent was asking her, you don't have family members you can ask for 50 G's, and she's looking like, really? So I'm like, I said, well, let me just try a real simple trick. So I go home and I'm like, hey mom, I was like, I'm saving money for a house. I got this amount of money. I was like, you and dad want to give me $1,000? We ain't got $1,000. I was like, wait. So now I get angry because I'm like, what the fuck? You do got $1,000. I hope you got $1,000.
I know you got
$1,000. So I was like, so you ain't gonna give me nothing? That's your house. I said, well, okay. So once I move in, are y'all gonna help like furnish it? Who house is that? I said, well, goddamn. So what turned out to be a joke has now pissed me off because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like
that is crazy.
Who are you? I didn't say give me the whole down payment or pay for the house. I said, could you give a fucking $1,000? So it's like you and my father can't get together and say, hey, are we gonna make this sacrifice to give her this amount of money? And I just became extremely pissed off because I was just like, why wouldn't you want to help your kid?
Especially if she's not a bum.
That's my point. I was like, I went to school, I did whatever the fuck you wanted me to do or whatever. So my thing is, why wouldn't you want to help? And I could not fathom that shit.
And you just can't
no offense to my brother. I love my brother very dearly, but they have found money to bail my brother out. They have found money to do.
I knew she was going to bring it up. I knew it.
Other random shit. And I'm over here trying to like create have a house. And you're like, sorry, that's your shit. Figure it out. And that is why previous episodes ago, when I stated it, she was like, why are you always so controlling? And I felt like I always had to figure shit out on my own. This is one of those times. And it just took me back to that moment because I was like, damn, really? Why as Black people do we have to do that? Why?
It's so funny because my father is the complete opposite. He wants to help. He wants to be there. But his actions make you think like he won't do shit for you. You'll be like, hey dad, let me get $500 to fix my car. I ain't give you shit. You look in your bank account, there's $500. What the fuck? You could just say yes. Why does everything have to be given with this big old?
Oh, so he give it to you, but then it's all I gotta cuss you out. And I'm not giving it to you.
Yeah, I never understood that. I just never really. I could just never. I just
Yeah,
If you
I
don't
don't
give
know.
it to, just
I
give it
only
to.
know one parent. I don't even know dad has really been, as far as, and I have my stepdad now, but I've never had an issue with my mom. She's always wanted to support her kids in any
And
way.
then when the be to do it, right? Just
Cut
what she's
off.
gonna do. Yeah.
Like, she wants you to do this on your own, especially with my brother being a man. Okay, you need to provide, you need to get a job, you need to do this. But she has no problem with
Guiding,
where she
helping,
needs,
giving you a helping hand.
guiding you where you need to be. Like, okay, well, you need to do this. You need to do this, and that's how I'll assist you. You do this, and I'll help you with that. You do this, like bargain. Like, she's always wanted us to advance in any way that she can.
Except for the time you wanted to be a photographer.
Well, yeah.
I'm still rooting for you.
Me too, because the way she was taking them damn pictures of them angles.
She got very upset at me because I wasn't on today.
I don't know what Keisha was doing today.
We know what Keisha was on today.
It wasn't me, it's nature. I'm sorry. But no, people, I mean, we didn't come to bash. We just came to
talk about shit that people that we were personally feeling, people that we've been around have been feeling and asking questions about, because we have to talk about this shit. We ain't gonna let it build up and get cancer and shit and be all weird. So we're gonna talk about it.
You know what? And I know we gotta go. I mean,
it's okay, Keisha. We got a couple minutes.
You know, I mean, okay. Let me start over.
Woo, must be a tough one. Must be a load.
When a lot of the stuff was happening, the race wars had started, and black men kept dying. Recently, they died yearly, but recently, I took it upon myself to kind of talk to black men close to me and just kind of ease in there about how they were feeling about certain things. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was just like, I said, have you ever really got stopped by the police like that? He's like, shit, all the time. Like, he's like, I get stopped all the time. And he was like, I just don't even be doing nothing. And I'm like, okay, that was one. That's just one. So I asked on the phone with another one who's very, very professional, and the other one was too, but this one is super professional. And he was just like, I got stopped in Peachtree City just for being black in the type of car he was driving, a BMW. And they was like, sir, your windows are tinted. He said, was it against the law to have tinted windows? Like, right. And he was like, it's not illegally, tint. And he was like, the man asked him, like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing in Peachtree City? He's looking like, what do I need a reason to be on the fucking Peachtree City?
They had Target, restaurants,
right. He was by himself, so they looking, and he's like, and luckily where he works, he was able to call in and get some things worked out. But his mom,
wait, what? He had to go through all of that?
Yes, because the man was about to give him a ticket, and he like called in and called in the fake, phone a friend. He phoned a friend.
A white friend?
A judge friend.
A judge friend. Okay, yeah. I say somebody with a certain job.
And they was like, why you didn't tell us you knew so-and-so? He was like, why should I
have to tell y'all
I shouldn't even have to use this card because I didn't do anything wrong. And his mom was like, well, that's cool that you got to connect. He said, no, because I shouldn't have to.
Are we missing it? Right.
He's like, I literally did nothing wrong but be black in a white city. And I was just like, I just felt bad because in my mind I was doing it just to make sure they mentally were good. But it like hurt me to know that they deal with this shit every day, and it just went over my head. I was just like, I'm a black woman, and I didn't even know y'all had it like that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like shocking to America that they just like,
oh my god, that happened.
Yeah. We always associate police brutality with the person who committed the crime, but sometimes it's people who get pulled over all the time who not committing crimes.
Mm-hmm. I did make it a point.
Oh, well, absolutely. Yeah. Get pulled over. Yeah.
I asked him, hey, so how do you feel about it? But last thing. You know what I find really odd? The same shit that's happening today is not new. And it's very evident even in the music. So, fuck the police. Yeah. Me and my husband was blasting that shit. What's going on? Like, just, it's like, come on now. What more do we need besides the cameras, the music? Like, what more do you need to realize that this shit ain't new? We just been dealing with it quietly. We've ruffled a little feathers.
I think we suffer from post-traumatic stress.
And y'all know what they said? We are not our ancestors.
Run up on me with a gun, get
Karen.
Okay, I know I said this. That is
wait. This is really fun. On a really funny note. So when y'all be seeing these videos and shit on Instagram or whatever y'all see them about these Karens, what really be getting me, they be like, You fuck with the wrong nigga today, bitch. That shit gets me every time. This lady went in the gas station. She was like, "Call me a nigga one more time." The lady said, "Nigger."
Oh, when they was inside the
Yeah,
house.
yes,
For a minute she didn't say it. Then she finally tried it again.
and then with the commentary, oh my God, she's on the ground. She wasn't on the ground. What she was calling that lady a nigger?
Exactly.
A nigger. That be the most insulting one with the ER.
Y'all be fucking up. Y'all be having that audacity.
The audacity to call.
That's where y'all fuck up at.
Because the ancestors, they'll be like,
I'm taking all the power of the ancestors.
Call me nigga one more time.
That took a lot of willpower. You imagine how much willpower they fucking had not to like bust somebody in the fucking.
And I was also watching the Jackie
shit.
Robinson movie, and he was playing baseball, and then all that shit he was saying to him. I'm glad he went in the thing and swung the bat somewhere and kind of got that aggression out, but they had to endure. That was just one man enduring that. Just imagine that same energy.
I feel bad for our black men. We talk about them, but we can do that. We can do that. We can talk about y'all because we love y'all. That's why we talk about y'all. But no, seriously, I do feel bad for black men because they have a lot against them. We ain't gonna get on the black woman today, but we'll get on the black man. It's just like, I think we do that shit because like we love y'all and we know y'all have so much potential. We want the best for y'all, and it's just disheartening sometimes how y'all act, but. Ultimately, y'all deal with a lot of shit.
We love y'all like we do.
We going to fucking front lines for y'all.
Not Keisha, she bring you food.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you food.
Keisha's bringing.
And I'm gonna bring the woman who stood on the front line for you the food too. But I'm just saying.
You get it.
Public service announcement before we end this off. So listen, y'all. We have been called Shanae, Bonquisha, Karens. You've been called Karens a couple of months, and I hear y'all upset about that Karen. You're going to be Karen as long as it's going to be Karen, okay? I was wondering why they ain't call them Becky. So chill out.
Oh, Becky's the younger version.
They said, the Karen's the older version. They said,
like, in their 30s,
so they be caring about the wrong shit.
Becky is like a 20-year-old, like the college.
That's what
So chill out, okay? Y'all chill out with all that. We know we probably ain't got no Karens or no Beckys or no Sashas and no shit, whatever the fuck. Anyways,
it's okay.
We appreciate y'all for rocking with us
on Instagram, Facebook, Ace Shade Podcast, on Twitter at Ace Shade Pod. Join us on YouTube. We're gonna upload these videos on YouTube. Catch us on Anchor, Stitcher, and Spotify. You like, comment, share, repost. Support Black Podcasts.
Support us,
please.
Support Black women and men.
And men.
Yeah. Just support Black.
Y'all take
support
care.
Black. Thank you.
Until next time.
Peace.